Kia ora, I'm John Boy.
And I'm Cows.
Today has been a big day for us. We spent the morning, couple of 2-3 hours, doing our first lot of footage capturing outside of the dungeon.
In a nice space. We were really lucky that John Boy's Mahi has let us sort of go in while they're closed.
Yeah. So we've got a big boardroom meeting that, if anything, has been used a couple of times in the 6 years that we've been in that building. And I just approached the boss and said, I want to use that space up there, and he goes, yeah.
So
Have a crack.
We were pretty organised. I did wake up, I think I texted him about 10 minutes before 8 just going, I'll just start packing the stuff up, guy. And so we had tables and lights and laptops and, we wanted to go with too much so that we understood what we needed whenever we utilised that time.
Yeah, and I think we've got a good gauge of that now because we've worked out how to utilise the space to be able to do what we're doing, capturing the footage.
The lighting,
even just the framing of things was quite important to work out how to do that.
Yeah, so I know historically I've tried to do New Kids on the Block and Toxic Crusaders just out here on the turntable. And what I found was that the first one always took the longest.
Yeah.
Because you want to frame it up, and then if the boxes and stuff are the same size, then once you got the first one done, you don't even stop the turntable. You just start taking stuff on and off and recording it. So I think it took us probably about an hour to get sort of settled and working out where we wanted the table.
Yeah, and that wasn't even just the framing up side of things. I was trying to work out which end of the room we were going to be at, and
what we're in the boxes, setting up laptops and having our GoPros at the ready and our phones all charged. It was quite an event this morning.
Yeah,
I can't imagine it would be like that the next time we do it.
Yeah, it should be far more automated. Each time we go there, we should get better at it.
Oh, yeah, and it should get quicker. So we did start, because there's these big double doors that were tinted, and then we did start with the natural light on the table and the turntable with the toys and stuff, and there was a lot of glare, which we didn't have a problem with. We figured light is light. You're going to be hard-pressed not to be able to get any reflection of any light that you set up.
Yeah.
But it was hot.
Yeah.
it was. We had the doors open, the sun was beaming in. And despite the tints on the doors, it was direct sunlight. And I called my sister, who is a photographer, and as she laughed, she did say that the hardest thing to control in a situation like that is the sun.
Yeah.
So John Boy made the decision to move the whole table out of the sunlight so that we had more control over how that looked against the white backdrops and the white table and the white turntable.
And I suspect, depending on the day and time that we go there, subsequently those things might change. Yeah, it'll vary. So we just have to keep that in mind and realize we know what we're trying to achieve now better from what we've done, and then being able to just set up, as efficiently as possible to be able to do that quickly.
And what helps is that we've left half the shit there. Yeah. So like the table we're working on, the turntable, the lights, if it is not vital to the dungeon, which to be fair is just the one O light and then all our toys in the backdrop, it can stay there. So
because we quickly worked out that the O lights aren't going to outlux the sun. So
bro, so we had the lights on and it did nothing. The sun is all powerful for a reason, and we couldn't. It lit up like a Christmas tree.
Yeah, we couldn't fill the gaps that the sun was leaving for us. And we're going, then that makes sense.
So we didn't need them. And once the first one was set up, because I think we had sort of touched on it that once one of us had something to do, the other one could do something different. So that we were doing the audio made no difference to us. So we've captured quite a bit of conversation.
We've tagged that we've phrased that as tag teaming.
Yeah, tag teaming. Yep. Because,
not the other one.
Not the other one. So I it's a beautiful black carpet. We did have a cloth, but I wanted to try and work out how we would do unboxings. So I had a little stash of stuff that was down there, and once John Boy was in the zone, like he had a seat, he had a stylus, he had the remote control. He was just this.
Yeah, it felt a bit technologia. That's what it felt like. Had all the things happening.
Every so often, all you would hear is "what the fuck," and the camera was on him and he's recording himself. It was funny to watch. But once he got into a bit of a role, I just grabbed what was that? The tripod, and then set up my GoPro so that the carpet, which is very nice, very dark. Try to work out how people do unboxings with a big camera and a tripod in front of their face, and opened up.
Yeah, so not only has it got to look good, you got to be comfortable while you're doing it as well, and you seem pretty good. Like set up down there where you were. So.
Oh, yep. And I was on the floor, tripod, things in front of us. We made sure that it was no shadows and stuff. But then, my big man hands kept bumping the tripod, so you see it rock, and then we just have to realize that. Yeah, that's when I was swearing. I guess the thing that you have to remember is that it's all going to be edited anyway.
Yeah.
So even if I knock the camera, that's just not going to be in the video.
Yeah, and you said something like, "You have to remember that the footage is not for me.
Yes,
it's for others to watch."
You may have picked up. I'm quite. I think I'm a perfectionist. I'm just anal about stuff. So that's why.
Pedantic.
Pedantic. Yeah. That's why John Boy got the turntable. It would take me hours. And everything would have to be uniform, and then John Boy's not as
retentive.
So he's happy just to do it, get the footage, and be done. Whereas I would need the shadowing and the turntable. And
I have to say, like it did look cool, because I think. Again, like I've always been of the opinion that when you do the things, they should look as natural and or raw as possible. Like if there's, even though I was using like remotes to do the stuff, it'll look natural. It'll look like you're like, oh, I expect to see lights, I expect to see some shadowing, I expect to see these sorts of things on there. And I don't think that we're not trying to be professional or have all that kind of edited out, but I think it's more like a reflection of us and our personalities to just be like,
and where we are,
yeah,
as well. Like if we do really well and we start getting box lights and mirrors, I think you said at one point, like if that stuff has to happen, then that is something that happens down the track when we get more confident with the basics.
Yeah.
We want to get better with the basics, and so.
But that's where you have a starting point, so that you can work out the things that you like, dislike, and then how to fix those problems from there.
And that's later's problem. Like I think we got to one point and I was just like, right, I'm done with this. We have done as much as I think that we need to do. I'm hungry. Let's like it won't be that long again. We can take as much stuff and we'll probably get through it a lot quicker, because at least we know where our prime real estate is with the table and the turntable, where we didn't need too many extension cords or bells or whistles. What was really good about this site that we were at, because it's a boardroom, we could, what do you call that to the TV?
Screen mirror.
Yeah, so I don't know what that means, but we could watch the videos on the big screen as they were as he was capturing the videos. So that was quite cool, because then you could see it on the big screen and see how it would look to viewers and people that were watching it to how did it look. And
then make decisions off what it looks like to whether we're happy with it or not.
I think I touched his camera and the tripod once, and then I knew it was too much. And I must have spent like 2 minutes just like trying to tilt the camera and get it. I was just like, fucking, this is why I don't do this job. This is a John Boy job. We'll leave that to him. So
step into the role.
Yeah. Well, it just means we don't have that kind of time to fuck around, and it doesn't have to be perfect, and I just need to let it go.
It's the sort of thing like I know people usually are not too fussed about the technical things when they're watching stuff. They just want to see the stuff. And however that is presented, it's like you just filter that sort of thing. Like there could be like annoying music in the background, and because you're more interested in what's happening, you don't care that there's music going, or that sort of thing. Where most people are just content to, if it captures them straight away, they're just going to look at it regardless.
Yeah, and so for today, I think we managed to get footage of three main lines. Yep. On the turntable that was with John Boy, and then I managed to do 4 parcels that have been sort of just in storage on the bottom shelf.
Those are going to look boss too. I like the way they look, like the setup, like you said, the backdrop of the floor, your hands in there doing the things. So for today, we wanted to explore the space. How we would want to prepare everything, how it looks to how it would look to everybody, and then what else we want to do on top of that. So at the moment we've got turntables and unboxings. Well, that was the point of today, right? Was to try and work all that stuff out, be happy with how we were setting up, and then blueprint that as to how we do that going forward. Yeah.
So when we get there, we know that there'll be a big tub of toys. There'll be our laptops, because that was good to drop data on while we were. When we came to the end, we just transferred data and information, like videos over, just so that we both had a copy of it to be able to look at it and work out. That might be a turntable. We might not do unboxings for this, and and we're going to try and storyboard.
See, even when we were pre-planning it, even last night, yesterday. And you're saying this and this, I was going, let's bring whatever, because we're just going to be able to utilize the things that we've got to work out how to do all of that. Yeah. The different size boxes, the heights, the widths, all that sort of stuff. Yeah,
like we put on the last action figure vehicle, which is boxed, and we popped that on the turntable, and the turntable wasn't liking it. It was too heavy, which is funny because it was just going, it was struggling. To get any momentum, so that's another thing we've learned. But we are.
I can rig up a washing machine to try and do a turntable.
Oh, bro, it'll fly. So as a whole, I think for a learning experience, and considering how much time John Boy and I spend together, that was good to see us actually working towards a common goal. Doing 2 separate videos and being able to maneuver and work our tools. So like it was a 10 out of 10 day. Like I mean, it's only lunchtime now, but I'm tired. I could have a nap.
I'm not sure what time we got there. About 9, before 9ish.
Before 9, I think.
And we left there just around 12, just before 12. So that was a good solid 3 hours doing it. And again, I suspect that it won't take us that long to do setups next time to be able to crack into it straight away again.
And I think not hard part, but I think it's hard, is walking back into the dungeon and then working out how much stuff is in this room that ideally we'd like to show off in some way, shape or form with a turntable or unboxings or whatever.
All of it. And then how?
Like all of it. And then making videos. And this is just one room. So the gravity of what we're trying to do has only really kind of just hit me, and since sort of working out how to start the video. Sitting here, it's massive. But that won't deter us.
No. Because although we're doing it at my work, and we kind of were cracking away at it like it was work. Didn't feel like work. It felt like fun.
At one point you turned around and goes, bro, this is fun. And I just thought, what a weird thing. Like letting out your enjoyment of what we were doing. He was just beeps and buzzes and stuff. So it was good. I think our next move is to look at the footage that we've got and then work out how we want that line of toys to be presented, and then work out what other stuff we need to do the next time we go out around those toys, so that we can have more of a complete video.
Because we've got, I guess, what I think is like the bulk of what we want for it, and then there'll just be like little things like taking maybe some stills here and there,
Yeah.
And like especially with that one line about doing the darkness and stuff that you mentioned. I like the sound of that.
Yeah.
I won't say too much more, but
yeah,
all that sort of stuff is
secret squirrel.
I guess part of the editing process.
Which I guess at some point we're going to learn how to do.
Yep.
So all of it is a learning curve. I think we did really well today. We still got to empty.
Learning is fun.
Education is key. So we just got to empty out the whip,
yep.
and all the toys will be returned into their place, and then we just got to start storyboarding what goes next time we get to go into
yep.
your mahi.
That was good.
Tired.
100% enjoyed it.
I'm tired. But yeah, I mean, otherwise.
Yep. That's us.
That's us.